Hello and welcome to this week's crypto update. So, what's been happening in the crypto world? What's happening in the macro environment? How is that affecting Bitcoin and crypto at large? Well, unlike most market updates this week, we're going to start with a meme coin rather than Bitcoin. Why? Well, we've just seen one of the biggest pump and dumps in, I suppose, crypto history. It was a meme coin that was created. It was tweeted about by the Argentinian president. It absolutely pumped. Then he put out a message saying, actually, I have nothing to do with this, and it absolutely dumped. A lot of people had invested into it because they believed he was part of it, and it had been put out there that this was going to benefit the Argentinian country, but then quickly the rug got pulled from under it, and it has huge implications. Number one, I think it's put a massive cloud over the president of Argentina. He has done a lot of positive things, it would seem, while he's been in office. But this feels like, or absolutely looks like, that he's been involved in a pump and dump. Whether he meant to be or not is in question. He's facing fraud charges right now. So it'll be very interesting to see how this particular case pans out and what it will mean for meme coins in general. There's a lot of, I'd say, investors out there now in the crypto space who are getting a little bit tired of the whole meme coin phase that we've been going through. There's an awful lot of pump and dumps, a huge amount of scams. Of course, there are some good meme coins out there as well, but I think this could start to lead people to move away from the whole meme coin area and start looking for projects that actually have fundamental value. Will there be memes still? Of course there will, but certainly I think we can see a move now towards more the traditional style crypto projects that are out there. So it'll be interesting to see what happens over the next couple of weeks and months. But from there we'll move back to the norm, or talk about Bitcoin. And of course another president, this time is Donald Trump. He has stated in a recent conference, Bitcoin set multiple all-time record highs because everyone knows that I'm committed to making America the crypto capital. From there, and additional information, we can see the US Crypto Task Force is to focus on delivering the national Bitcoin reserve. This is according to Bernstein. And according to their analysts, the new major wave of demand will come from institutions and sovereign wealth funds. Bernstein notes that Trump's crypto task force is making the establishment of a national Bitcoin reserve a top priority, and of course that would be huge were that to happen. A creation of a US Bitcoin reserve could lead to a global race among sovereigns to buy Bitcoin as one of the reserve assets, and as we see already just last week, we see Abu Dhabi's sovereign wealth fund, one of the biggest sovereign wealth funds in the world, disclose that they've bought 436 million Bitcoin ETF purchase. So it's already starting to happen. The conversation around America considering, or certainly appearing to make moves towards creating a Bitcoin reserve, would have a lot of other countries thinking that they may have to follow suit. Some appear to be already trying to get ahead of that. Some countries are already there. Over 20 states in the US themselves are also talking about creating their own individual Bitcoin reserves. And of course, we're seeing sovereign wealth funds starting to weigh in as well. We've already seen, banks, big institutions, big companies already starting this process. So it could lead for sure to Bitcoin really starting to gather momentum again. When will that start? Maybe not just yet, but that momentum appears to be gathering pace. So let's see what happens from here. With this, we see accelerated institutional adoption, and they expect Bitcoin to hit 200,000 by the end of the year, and that's being conservative. So you can imagine if Bitcoin moves from, where it is right now, under 100,000, about $97,000, all the way up to $200,000 plus, that's going to have a huge positive feel for the overall market. Then it certainly opens the door for a full altcoin season. If you haven't seen our call that we did yesterday evening, we went into a lot of detail as to where the altcoin season is right now, what might come next. Also, our insight video is coming out today too, so watch this space and get up to speed with what's happening. So with all this going on, governments and institutions are coming into stack, and people are bearish out there. You'd have to wonder, how could people be bearish about the crypto market when you see so much unbelievable positive news coming out, particularly about Bitcoin? But you would feel that would lead into the altcoin market as well. Other stuff happening within the US new controller of the currency used to be in Bitcoin mining. So this is a huge place that's position that's overseeing the actual currency of the United States, and this person is a huge Bitcoin bull. So, and in crypto in general, in fact, so huge positive. On top of that, there's talk from inside the White House about bringing the US Treasury on chain. Only the Bitcoin reserve, strategic reserve, which we've just been talking about, could rival this as far as massive global endorsements of blockchain technology. So like two massive pieces of news. Of course, neither are in place right now. Both look like they're going to happen. When that happens, that could be the spark to absolutely take the next leg up in Bitcoin, and therefore, move into the altcoin season. When will that happen? It could take time. In between, of course, we have things like Trump tariffs and, liquidity issues, the strong dollar, etc., that's sort of going against the risk on asset market, like the likes of crypto. But once we move past that and the likes of this stuff starts getting announced, which looks likely to happen, then you could see the next spark upwards and the next big run up in Bitcoin and crypto in general. On top of this, we see stablecoins, a fundamental lifeblood of blockchain tech, are at all-time highs. USDC and USDT minting accelerated in the past weeks, providing a bullish signal for crypto market despite declining token prices. This basically, stablecoins are the liquidity of the crypto market. As that grows, it's more buying pressure building up ahead of the next spark. Here you can see just a chart of that stablecoin. You can see now it's just surpassed its all-time high of the number of, or the amount and the value of stablecoins in the market. And again, with high liquidity, goes high potential for upward direction in prices. It's safe to say that Trump administration is going all in on crypto. As he said as himself, I want to be at the forefront of every industry, and specifically mentioned the crypto industry as well. The only missing piece, the long-rumored US Bitcoin reserve, as we know for now, is that Trump's crypto task force is working on it. They're speaking very positively about it. The people speaking in it are absolute crypto positive people. You would expect this is going to happen. It's a case of not if, but when. And when it drops, absolutely, we're going to see fireworks in the crypto market. On top of this, we have Matt Hogan, who is the Chief Investment Officer at Bitwise. He says, retail sentiment in crypto is terrible, even though the fundamentals are great. And that is true. It's unbelievable at the moment to think that retail have a negative feel on crypto in general, with all this positive news happening in the background. I'll touch on why I think that is in a minute. He says, on the one hand, institutional sentiment towards crypto is the most bullish they've ever seen it, and yet today retail investors are wallowing in despair. It's incredible. When retail panic sells and institutions accumulate, it's not a matter of if the market turns, it's when. So retail sentiment is bad in crypto right now, and to me that signals opportunity, according to Matt Hogan. Right now, if you were to do a general vibe check between institutional and retail crypto investors, you would find one hell of a chasm. Why is this? Here's why I think. Because number one, a lot of the retail investors have been investing into things like memes. They've gone up, they've come down, people have lost money. As well as that, we've seen the AI space do something similar. And of course, overall, we see Bitcoin going sideways again for the last 3 months. People get tired of that situation and start to either check out or sell out, and are afraid of it being the top. They want to sell out before it comes back down. Whereas institutional investors don't really care if Bitcoin's 90,000 or 100,000 or anywhere in between. They're happy to just buy into it now. If it happens to come back more, they'll buy even more of it. And as it goes up, they'll buy even more of it, because their view is a 5, 10, 20-year view. So they're ultra positive. Whereas retail tend to have a shorter term view, weeks, months. And if they don't see things moving quickly, they get tired of it, get sick of it, and start to panic sell out of it. They're the differences. I believe the big altcoin run is yet to happen. Bitcoin has a big move to make yet. Ethereum and others will follow, and that's when we will see our altcoin cycle. Don't lose the faith. Now is not the time to be doing that. On top of that, we see the smart minds in crypto, Fred Krueger, Michael Saylor, even CZ from Binance, aren't just Bitcoin only anymore. And I touched on this in last week's update. They're evolving. If you're serious about crypto, it's time to evolve too. Don't sleep on altcoins. keep your mind open. The biggest opportunities are still ahead, of course. We're very much about altcoins here, and wow, of course, Bitcoin, it has its place, no question, as have the major caps, but we believe the opportunity is further out the risk curve, and of course then that depends on your own risk reward strategy as to whether that's something for you or not. But here's something else to note. Here are the year-to-date percentage returns. So what this really is showing is, you have the likes of Bitcoin at the top there, solid crypto projects, and they have gone for anywhere from 1 to 28% up since the new year. Things like Ethereum, Solana, Radium, Jupiter, Hype, they've actually reduced by 4 to 18%, and things with much less fundamentals, the likes of Pepe, Trump, WIF, Milena, and Peanut, they're, very low fundamentals attached to them. Meme coins, they've absolutely been getting crushed since the new year, going from, anywhere from 48 to 70% down during the last number of weeks. So the point here is, are people moving away from projects with little or no fundamentals into projects that have? And this is certainly something I think people really need to be taking notice of now. Again, will there be opportunities in the likes of memes going forward? Of course there will, but there's going to be far more go to zero than give you a positive return. The ones that are likely to do well are the well-established ones, but then you're talking about much more moderate upside with those than, we'll say, some of the ones that have been released in more recent times. And here you have the overall crypto total market cap, and you can see it's in that general upward. But if you take the two more recent peaks in 2002, and if you were to draw lines directly across that, it would hit the next peak of the end of 24. And now you can see it's climbed. Will it have a little pullback here before it goes off in the next leg of this journey? It's absolutely a possibility. I think there's a bit of people are taking a breather. There could be a bit of a sell-off here, and once that happens, there's a bit of a clear out, and then people see the real opportunity. Institutions and big money will come in and buy it up, and as it starts to climb, retail will come back into the market. Don't be that retail. Get in ahead of it. Take your opportunities when they're there. As it says here, the crypto market stands about 3.1 trillion in this cycle. It's expected to hit 10 trillion. A lot of upside, a lot of big money to come in. That's 6.9 trillion still to come into the market. Are you going to be ahead of that? And lastly, we have FTX. So for people that don't know, FTX was a huge exchange. It went bust. A lot of people had, lost a huge amount of funds. This is, they've been trying to come up with a refund strategy for people. It's been going on for a long time. Well, it's actually started to happen. So FTX have started distributing 1.2 billion to creditors with claims under 50,000. Payments are being made in fiat. This repayment marks the first step in a massive 16 billion repayment plan. Why is this important? Well, while it was money that was in crypto, they're now getting paid out in fiat, so dollars, euros, whatever. That's new money in essence that could go back into the market. Bear in mind, these are people who were in crypto quite a number of years ago. Most of them will have a good understanding of what's going on. Will a lot of them put that money back into the market? You would expect so. That could be 16 billion of new buys coming into the system. And the interesting thing about this is a lot of that, if it comes into crypto, I don't believe will go into things like Ethereum and Bitcoin. I think they'll be going further out the risk curve, which could have huge implications for the altcoins and the altcoin season. So also watch this space. Lots going on. Hope you're finding this useful. Make sure to watch the previous two videos, the call from last night and the inside videos as well. A lot of good information in there as to where we're at, what's coming next, and watch this space. Talk to y'all very soon.